Welcome back to the Sherwood Urban Farm. My name is Bridget, and in today's video I'm going to show you my tips and tricks in my battle against pumpkin fly and the powdery mildew that is always on cucurbits. Right, so in the beginning of the growing season I planted 4 butternut seedlings. Actually no, it wasn't 4, it was 2 here, 2 there, and then 1 over there. So that's 5, and then there's 1 in the main garden. And I got altogether 12 kilograms of butternut by the end of December. And I showed a harvesting video, and they were not very big, but I was quite happy. I mean, last year, so 2021, I only got 3 butternuts. So this was 12 kilograms. I was quite happy with that. Then I sort of thought that the plant was done, and I sort of cut it back because I saw there were 1 or 2 new shoots, but no, I didn't have great hope for anything, but I thought, okay, I'll just leave it. In the meantime, it has regrown, as you can see here. But then the pumpkin fly arrived, because we're now at the end of summer, so this is sort of the time of the year that you're going to get them. I didn't have to do anything really except pollinate the butternut, the first harvested butternut that I had. I didn't really bag them. I bagged some of them, but then I sort of just gave up with it, and they were fine, but not now. I mean, the poor things, they are these tiny little things, and they're already being stung by the pumpkin fly. It's so discouraging, and I actually almost thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave it. I am not going to even bother, but I couldn't, because there was just so many coming up. So then I was laying in bed one night, and I got this epiphany, divine intervention, to use tin foil. So I'm going to show you what I do to prevent the pumpkin fly from nailing the tiniest little butternut flower as it is forming. Come over here, let me show you what I do. So as the butternut, the flower is busy developing, then I take tin foil. Here you go, you can see around this one, and then I wrap it around, because it's even at this stage where the pumpkin fly is already stinging it. And then after a few days it goes yellow, and then you can see, if you open it up, then you just see the little larvae squirming in there. They look like maggots. They're just so gross. So then so now it starts to grow. Let's see if we can find one where it's a little bit further developed. So then as it starts to develop, then you'll notice here, you got to just keep coming in, and then you cover it, making sure that there's nothing exposed. But so this one is now, the flower part is exposed, so that the pollinators can, and you can already see there's a bit of pollen here, so the pollinators can get it. And look at this one, now it's already being pollinated. So then what I do is I just break off that tip. I'm not always sure if it's still doing something on the inside, so I don't break the whole thing off. And then I don't think this is going to be a very big butternut, but nonetheless, then I take my little bag, my net bag, and I cover it. So you can use ribbon or string or whatever. I like to use the pegs because they're easier to just get on and off, and then I don't pinch the bottom of the butternut. And one here. Look, this bag is going to get too small, and then I'll just swap it out with another bag. But in the meantime, there you go. So you get the idea. Right. So if you come and have a look here, now you can see the butternut, the little flower has fallen off, and the butternut is now protected inside the bag. Oh, dropped one there. Look at that. And I tell you, I was losing all butternut. There was not one that was not stung. This is a bit labor intensive, but if you don't intervene now, then you're just not going to get anything. So I have now got a whole lot of different little ones coming out. There's that one I showed you, and I'm able to protect them so that I can at least get a harvest. I really felt like I was going to just leave it and not do anything and just call it a day. I got about 12 kilograms. But the way this plant has been growing, and even with the powdery mildew, so on the powdery mildew thing, you're going to get powdery mildew. It is just what it is, and I don't even bother spraying with anything, because even Sean from Living Seeds, he did a video on powdery mildew, and he said if you are going to use any of those like homemade remedies, you have to spray every single day, and I really hate spraying, so I'm not going to bother with that. So even he suggested that you just cut the leaves off, and that's what I've been doing. And you know what it does? It forces the plant to produce new leaves. So all these vines are coming from that side of the bed. Then they've come around, I've got them trellising along the side of the bed, and it's producing masses. If you come and look here, look at this, look at all this new growth. And you see there's the little butternut over there. So even when they're that size, before those pumpkin flies can get them, I've always got some tin foil in my apron. Then I just cover them up like that. And I leave it open because it's going to grow, and then I check on them every morning. I come past and then I check on them to make sure that it's still covered, because as they're growing then the tin foil shifts and so on, and so just to make sure. So that's that. But as far as the powdery mildew is concerned, all I do is come around. As soon as I see the leaf looks like this, then I cut it off and I go around, and it really just encourages the new growth, new vines, which then makes new butternut. I'm actually so astounded at how many butternuts I'm already got in my bags growing here. And really, guys, it's one plant. And we're at the end of summer almost already. The other thing that you can do for pumpkin flour is you get a product from Effecto, and it's for fruit flies and that, and you spray it underneath. It's an organic kind of product, and it's a bait, so then they will eat it and die or whatever. And I did do a little bit of that, but you have to be spraying every 7 days, and I just really, it's such a pain. Even the organic stuff, got to wear gloves, you mustn't inhale it, it's like all those things. To me, this, I'd rather actually do this. I can't stand spraying things, whether it's organic or not. So this is a very effective way. You just cover the little developing butternut flowers with the tin foil, and then with the powdery mildew, you just cut these leaves off, and you will be astounded by the new growth. I mean, I can even show you on this side, my daughter's bed. Like, her butternut plant was almost dead, and then we got some rain and it started shooting out some more vines, and then because there were the pumpkin flowers and the powdery mildew came. But come have a look here what we did. I mean, look at all this new growth. Look at that. Oh, there's one that needs to be covered. There's another. This is a nice one because it's sticking out of it. It's not so tight against the actual vine. And there you go. You come look here. So there's one that's waiting to open the flower, and then this one we've already bagged. Little flower, oh, there we go. Little flower can come off. And just look at the growth on this. It's growing all the way there, it's growing all the way up there, all the way around there. And when I see any of these leaves that are showing any signs of powdery mildew, I immediately just chop them off, give them to the ducks. There we go. So you could actually use this tinfoil method on any of your cucurbits, on cucumbers or melons, because like over here now I have got a spun speck or cantaloupe. So you can see this one hasn't been stung yet. Flower is ready. So I'm just going to take my bit of tin foil, which I always have in my apron, and then just wrap it around, leaving the flower exposed for the pollinators. And then tomorrow this the thing would be, the flower will be pollinated, and then I can put the little net bag over it. Well folks, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this was useful to you, because this has been like groundbreaking for me. I've got so many fruit developing now on all my cucurbits, and it's such a simple method, and you don't have to spray anything, which I don't like doing. So if you did enjoy this video, please share it with your friends, and like and subscribe, and I hope that you have a fabulous day further.